Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Welcome back to EVE Online. Here we are in the new expansion, the Viridian expansion. It is quite a interesting name for them calling this patch the Viridian expansion, because I've been recently playing quite a bit of the game Everspace 2, and there's something called Viridian ore, which is a kind of ore that this space game is all revolving around. They happen to also release a new expansion in EVE Online called the Viridian expansion. And here I wanted to just check out these new Homefront, these like Homefront operation sites, and also just quickly go through the interesting aspects I found with this new expansion. There are quite a few things released here, a lot of things that I actually like a lot. Well, I would say two main things that I like a lot. There's not maybe like a whole massive armament of areas that I love, but there are two big ones that I really like a lot. Now, the first one that I really like here is that, well, let's just first, before we get into those, just see if we can find a Homefront operation. And these are new sites that are released in this expansion, and it could be that I love these a lot. I've never tested them, so they may be super boring and worthless to do as well. We'll see. But the first thing that I really like with this new expansion is that the integration of different corporation aspects here. And this is something that, to be honest, I think should have been released a long time ago, but well, better late than never. They've got these new kinds of, you could say, corporation objectives. Now, if we look here at projects in the corporation, My Corporation tab, you can see these sort of missions, mini missions that the corporation set up, and I love this. This is really great. This is good because this makes so that like you can have a bit more progression towards your corporation, be a bit more concrete. Because oftentimes I've been just doing stuff for my corporation and think, oh, what is there to do? What do people need? I have to like talk to so many people, ask them, well, guys, what do you need? Is there anything you need? But here they list everything, so it's more like organized. People can keep a better eye on it. I think that's really nice because it makes it a little bit easier to access, because sometimes you ask in maybe, I don't know, it could be Discord, it could be Slack or something like that, and maybe you ask, like, do you need any help with anything? Maybe the people who do need help didn't see you. Here, you can just put this bulletin here or this project here, and you can see clearly what is needed in terms of help. Then obviously just talking like a normal person to other people in your corporation, you can also find probably other projects that can be done. I just like the simplicity here, just seeing, okay, project, let's do it, like buy back fuel, let's get some fuel here. I like this is good. Related opportunities, are these, I think these are just general opportunities, not to do with the corporation. But this is something that I really like that it was released, because it can make it so that you can really make probably like corporations. You could probably even make high-sec newbie corporations that are made to like sort of revolve around interacting new players, giving them sort of player-based missions. But we can find these new Homefront operations all over the place, and that's what we're going to be trying to do here. These are new sites you can find in high-sec, and it seems like I can't go in here with the Gila, so we need to be, it seems like we can only use we can only use T1 cruisers, because there were some cruisers there, and we can use destroyers that are faction. Does not seem like we're able to, wait, there was the Celestis was able to be used here. Isn't the Celestis cruiser? There's Tech 2 Celeste. Nah, oh yeah, it's a Tech 1 cruise. It seems like we can't use the Gila here. So sorry guys, it seems like you have to use a certain type of ship to be able to go and do these sites. Let's just check another one, just check if they have requirements here on this one as well. And these are sort of made to be small group style activities, and I really like that. I've been really for a long time wanting EVE Online to have lots of more like easily accessible high-sec activities that are small group based. This is sort of exactly that. I worry though these are maybe not going to have really much substance, or maybe they won't be particularly valuable. Maybe there's not really good, like if there's a lot of value in them and a lot of difficulty in them, then there's going to be a lot of like gameplay around them. If they're just like, they feel to me by just reading about what, okay, so it's the same thing here, based on what these do, they're similar to Resource Wars, and in the way they work. Like there's these sites you find throughout high-sec and all just in space, and I worry that they're maybe not going to be valuable, or they're just not going to be worth doing, or they're not going to be particularly difficult. Okay, we'll go back to Jita and get a new ship, so it seems like we need to have a new ship. Now, the second thing that I really look forward to, probably even more than those corporation goals, is a new Dreadnought that was released. I really like the look of... It's funny how I go and always into ship looks, but one of the ships that I think looks the best in the game is the Revelation Dreadnought. The Revelation Dreadnought is probably my best looking ship in the game, but I feel like nowadays the Revelation, it looks a bit old. Like the way this look has a bit of like an old look, and I wish that it would have like a more modern style look like the new ships released in EVE Online. And that's what we had with the Revelation Navy issue. That actually has a bit more modern look, like the lines are sort of sleeked out a bit, and this is more what I would have liked the Revelation to look like. This to me looks like an awesome ship, one of my favorite looking ships in the game. But the problem here, big problem, very, very big and very important problem with this ship here is that it doesn't have the correct color scheme, according to me. I love my favorite color scheme to have in the game is the cannon's color scheme, and that skin is very rare. It seems like very few ships I noticed tend to have that color scheme. Well, you know what? They released a ship called the Bane. It is a Tech 2 dreadnought. It is the big boy dreadnought that is in fact an identical look to the Revelation Navy issue, except that it was given the skin for the cannon. This is like basically a ship that was made for me in terms of its appearances. And I also like the way that the ship works as well, because these new Tech 2 dreadnoughts, they work as sort of like beefier dreadnoughts, got some very good damage bonuses, but they're also able to equip these new modules that are sort of like mini Doomsday modules. So they're called lance weapons, disruptive lance weapons. Before we get into that, let's just go and get something that we could use to destroy these sites. Let's go with a Hawk. I think a Hawk is a pretty good all-round ship, so we'll try that out. I hope I don't regret it later by going with a cheap style Hawk. Go for that. Let's just check the fitting that it's alright. Yeah, the fitting looks alright. Let's go. And this disruptive lance that you can find on the Tech 2 dreadnoughts, yeah, is like very similar to Doomsday, but more seems like it's a slightly toned down version of Doomsday's. You can see here, this is one of these kinds of sort of lance or Doomsdays, mini Doomsdays. They seem to be specific for the hull, so it doesn't seem like any kind of hull can fit any type of one of these, while they have certain types that are available. So if we go here, we type disruptive lance. Now, just generally speaking, I am quite new to capital ships. I've not used much capital ships at all in my playing of EVE. In fact, I actually have pretty much never done anything significant with a capital ship ever in EVE Online, apart from maybe some test server stuff. But in terms of real gameplay, I've not really done much. But you can actually... So it might seem that I'm saying like, oh, obviously you're not able to use any Doomsday on any kind of ship. But to me, that was something new. So you can only use specific types. This Asmaru seems to be the only one that works on the Bane. All the other ones don't seem to work. So that's just something to remember here. And this does EM damage as well. 23,000 damage. Pretty big bomb you drop there. What? Huh? I can't even... Come on now. Why do CCP not be more specific with the ship requirements and stuff? I don't like it. Probably it says somewhere, but I just didn't notice it. Okay, so faction stuff is now what they want. They are very demanding, these guys. Okay, so I can't use Tech 2 frigate. I have to use a faction one, it seems. So annoying. Okay, but I like the way that the Bane also is using the weapons type I like, because I'm not a super big fan of the energy turrets for capital ships because they use a lot of capacitor, and it's also very difficult to apply to small stuff. While it's actually made to use torpedoes or made to use missile weapons, and they usually I can get them to apply a bit better to small stuff. I can imagine there's a lot of people that no, I can use the quad mega pulse lasers. But I prefer the rapid torpedo launchers. Rapid torpedo launchers is more like high application or good application weapons for the missile-based capital ships. And those ships or those weapons, they apply really nicely. And they also use torpedo skills. So I've already got really good torpedo skills. In fact, look here. I've got torpedo specialization level 5. So I've got actually already perfect skills with these torpedo launchers. This is just a fit I bunged together. It's probably not that good, but it's just something I made together just in case I would ever want to get my hands on a Bane dreadnought. See, does this exist in the market? No. Can we find it in contracts? I wonder if you can find it in contracts. No, I think it requires a bit of time to produce as well. Okay. Okay, let's get something that could be of use here. There's no pirate stuff. What could we use? What could we use? Let's just go with a... Let's go with a Kikimora maybe? Or Navy issue. Anything that's Navy issue we've got? We've got this Coercer Navy issue. It could be an idea. We put a 1MN. Could maybe use this. With these pulse lasers? Yeah, these are pulse lasers. Yeah, we could try this. Check if it's alright. 2 minutes capacitor life. Not too bad. Any cool skins here? Maybe we could use the Purity of the Throne. It looks a bit weird here with those patterns. Now, can we go? So I really look forward to getting my hands on a Bane Dreadnought. I think that'll be really cool to use. I would love to do the crab sights with them. It could also be interesting to go the PvP fit Dreadnought and do these like crab sights. Probably you won't do them so fast, but I think it'll be fun to use a PvP Dreadnought. So then if you get attacked, then you're like fully ready to take on any enemies. Maybe not really efficient in terms of crabbing potential, but it's probably going to be more fun in the case that I do mess up and get caught. I think that'll be really interesting because you can go with like rapid, the rapid torpedo launchers, then you could maybe put some like newts or something, put some really good application. I'm not sure really what the typical solo PvP or like not solo PvP but like PvP style dreadnoughts are, because the reason I'm thinking it's solo is because if I do get dropped, probably there's going to be a whole group, so it's more like going to be like I'm just going to be by myself until backup arrives. Okay, finally we can go into this site. How about I don't get thrashed? Suspicious signal. View details. Operation intel. This site contains ship restrictions, so we have to check there. Frigate, destroyer, cruiser. Okay, 4 or 5 pilots. Oh, 4 to 5 pilots is needed, and you also have. Oh, you also have these NPCs you need to destroy as well. Destroy the target remaining. Homefront. Let's go there. Need to take out these cruisers first. See if we can do that, but this doesn't seem like a good idea. Just because we're taking these guys on alone, where this should be for 4 or 5 players, so I have a feeling it's not going to go too well. They've done it. Federation lies broadcasting across the system. When the enemy has fled, they know we're too late. The state appreciates those who do their duty even in the face of defeat. See you in the next operating captain. Oh, okay, so we failed here. We seem to fail here. Maybe the time to complete these starts from the site sports. That looks really cool though. Look at all these clouds. I've seen actually a lot of the dev notes on these clouds. They look really great. I sort of wish that you were able to zoom out too much, because I feel it sort of breaks the immersion when you're able to zoom out too much. It's always nice to be able to zoom in though, zoom out, but I feel like when you're just able to look as if it's nothing on the cloud, it doesn't feel as cool. Okay, let's go into this one. What do we have to do? Emergency aid convoy. Keep the Charon repatriated from being destroyed before the timer completes. Gritted pirates. Okay, friendlies. Where is the Charon? There it is, okay. Oh no. Let's get the Garistas. Have we got beam lasers here? Yeah, we've got beam lasers. Maybe don't need to go so crazy on the range there. Okay, let's go and take him out. And we can orbit maybe 10 kilometers. I think that might be a good range. What? What's happening here? Oh no! What? They destroyed it? What's going on here? Why does everything end so quickly? Oh, and we're getting wrecked ourselves. We're getting thrashed. There's a lot of these NPCs here all of a sudden. Let's add all these Homefront people to our overview. Let's see, now we can put the filters, home, front. Let's just add everything here. Save as general. That didn't go too well. I think these might not be too suited for us because you need to be more players, but I don't understand why does everything end so quickly. Like, I understand that you're able to, this is maybe not made to be done by a solo player or just one player, but still I think it would be very difficult to take everyone out in such a short amount of time with just having like just 20 seconds maybe, and then everything gets destroyed here. Okay, let's check in the adjacent system, see if we can find something here. Tuntaras, raid black market. That sounds interesting. Let's go and do that. I wonder what kind of rewards you can get from this. And I wonder if there are like any difficulty levels, like it's more difficult in low sec, in null sec maybe, or even wormhole space. I love that when there's the more increasing levels of difficulties of sites, because then it really adds a level of progression, like, oh, you want to go to the next one. Okay, let's check this out. Raid black market, that sounds interesting.
Warp drive active.
Okay, we need to approximately 50 minutes, as long as you can hold on. Mine the asteroids to discover the artifacts. I want to do this raid black market. This is quite cool. You need a lot of different types of roles. You get haulers, tacklers, and enforcers. Can't really do that, unfortunately, unless we put a warp disruptor and have some really big cargo holds on our multi-role ship. Okay, destroy. Oh, that guy got destroyed quickly. Destroy everything. Okay, these people are a lot easier. What new ones just spawn in? Oh, these stupid sites where people just spawn in an unlimited amount of NPCs. If you're flying hauler, loot the contraband from their wrecks and deposit it in the Charon requisition. Okay. So I need to like loot these and drops, and then I dump it in that Charon over there. Okay, let's get a bit closer. Oh, the cruisers are pretty beefy, but the frigates, they get destroyed really quickly. They just warp off. Okay, I see what they mean. I see what they mean. They want you to have a tackler to be able to hold them down, because if you don't tackle them, then they just warp off. But we were able to one-shot a few of these frigates, though. We're getting ECM'd hard by some people here. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Go with the Imperial Navy. See if we can destroy this one here. Orbit 10 kilometers. Yeah, that is they're pretty beefy. They're able to withstand quite a bit of punishment here. Could be maybe their resistance. No, their shield has very low EM damage. That is quite optimal damage that we're actually outputting here. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like we're able to do much here because we're getting ECM'd, and we also need to be able to tackle them. So there's not really much we can do. But that's interesting. We at least know that. Maybe you could do these by yourself, but it's not optimal. It'd be interesting to do these with other people. I just have a feeling that it probably is not worth it. But if it is worth it, you guys let me know in the comments down below. That'd be really fun to do with other people. Having to like loot and also tackle at the same time. But I can imagine what a lot of people could do is just put a tackle on their own ship, and just you don't have to have a dedicated tackle ship. But there was quite a bit of incoming DPS. We could be a bit tankier maybe. But we also are pretty tanky ship ourselves. A lot of resist mods on this Coercer Navy issue. But I think it's enough now. Those are some that was just a few first impressions of the Viridian expansion. Fortunately, we didn't be able to do those Homefront operations, and it's not really surprising because these are made for a lot more than one person. But we'll be also doing a lot more operations in nullsec in the future as well. You know, I actually have been buying and selling a lot of stuff. I might even already have a capital in nullsec. You know, I've got a lot of stuff that I've been doing that I've not really been showing you guys, and not anything particularly exciting, to be honest. But I'm just learning stuff myself in my own pace, because sometimes I think it's difficult to make a video of some kind of new aspect of the game and completely not I haven't any idea. I think it could also maybe be a little bit frustrating for you guys to see as well, and also I don't want to teach the wrong things as well at the same time. So there's more stuff to come. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.